What yeast strain should I choose for my beer style? Imagine crafting a beer that perfectly captures the flavor and character you want. The secret ingredient that makes this possible is the yeast strain you pick. Yeast does more than turn sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide. It influences aroma, flavor, mouthfeel, and clarity. Picking the right strain depends on the style of beer you're aiming for. First, think about whether you're brewing an ale or a lager. Ales use Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is a top fermenting yeast. It works best at warmer temperatures, around 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. This yeast tends to produce fruity esters and spicy phenols, giving beers like pale ales, IPAs, stouts, and Belgian ales their distinctive flavors. Lager yeast, known as Saccharomyces pastorianus, is bottom fermenting. It prefers cooler temperatures, between 40 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It ferments more slowly and cleanly, resulting in crisp, clear beers like Pilsners, Helles, and Bocks. The choice between these two broad categories is your first step. Next, consider how much sugar the yeast will convert. This is called attenuation. High attenuation yeasts turn most sugars into alcohol, leaving a drier beer. Low attenuation yeasts leave some residual sweetness, which is great for richer, malt-forward styles. For example, a Saison yeast will ferment almost completely, giving a dry finish, while an English ale yeast might leave a softer, sweeter profile. Flocculation is another factor. It describes how well yeast clumps together and settles out of the beer. High flocculation yeasts clarify beer faster, ideal for styles like lagers. Low flocculation strains stay suspended longer, adding haze, which is desirable in New England IPAs or wheat beers. Flavor profile is key. Different strains produce different byproducts. For example, the Chico strain, used in many American beers, is known for a clean, neutral flavor that lets hops and malt shine. Belgian strains add spicy, fruity notes, while wheat yeast strains produce banana and clove aromas typical of German wheat beers. Alcohol tolerance varies too. Some yeasts can handle higher alcohol levels, perfect for brewing strong beers like barley wines or imperial stouts. Also, each strain has an ideal fermentation temperature range. Staying within this range ensures the yeast performs well and develops the right flavors. If you're brewing an American pale ale or IPA, a clean yeast like the Chico strain is a good choice to highlight hop flavors. For English ales, pick a strain that adds mild fruity esters and a soft finish. Belgian beers benefit from strains that produce spicy and fruity phenols. Wheat beers need yeast strains that create banana and clove aromas. For lagers, choose a lager yeast suited to the style and keep the temperature low for a crisp finish. For high-gravity beers, select yeast strains with high alcohol tolerance. In the end, matching the yeast to your beer style, considering attenuation, flocculation, flavor, and fermentation temperature, will help you craft a beer that hits the mark. Picking the right yeast strain makes all the difference in creating a beer that tastes authentic and well-made.